Welcome to the Work Wives and Real Lives podcast. I'm Katie.
And I'm Ava. We're two best friends and coworkers spilling the tea on business, boundaries, and all the beautiful chaos in between.
From workday wins to real life messes, we're talking through it all.
Unfiltered, unpolished, and always putting friendship first.
Think of it as your weekly catch up with your favorite coworker turned soul sister.
So grab your coffee
or your wine
and let's get into it.
Stunning.
What is up, Work Wife fam? It's Katie and Ava coming at you with season 2, episode, I don't know,
22 or 3?
23? You know, it'll be in the title. But welcome back.
Welcome back.
I hope everyone had a lovely week last week.
Yeah, we
And
didn't
currently
see you last week. You mean the podcast fam.
Yes.
We took an unexpected break.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on.
There's been a lot going on, but we'll get into that with our weekend recap in a second. But today we are going to talk about main character energy revisited, confidence without the performance, and how to own your life without turning it into content, which is, I think, what social media just constantly feeds to us is just everyone performing, everyone on there like a clown.
Absolutely. It is definitely a good, so we talked on this like at one point in season 1, and so we thought it would be good to just circle back, regroup, close the loop, all of the things we like to say about main character energy.
Absolutely.
And just some updated thoughts we have on it.
Yeah, but let's do some quick life updates. I'll go first because, again, nothing eventful going on here, which I do. I feel like I need to defend myself because our new social media manager is coming at me and coming after me.
She's using your words and quoting them.
She is, but, you know, I need to defend myself in the act of the sleeping in my husband's armpit. I should have said...
There's no defense for sleeping in an armpit.
What I should have said is his shoulder or chest. I'm not like nose in the pit. Okay?
That's what it sounded like.
Like, but also, sue me. I love my husband. I love cuddling.
I don't think anyone believes you at this point. I think they think you like an armpit.
No, I do not like an armpit. Oh my gosh. I think armpits are so ugly looking. I'm very self-conscious of mine, just like with my arms down, because then you could see just the folds. I don't know.
Yeah. I got fold action going on right in the corner.
Yeah. But yeah, I just had to defend myself in that, okay, like, it's not his pit. My head might be like slightly in there, but it's more on his chest. Okay?
Anywhere near the armpit is just a no-go zone.
He just has like his arm wrapped and I'm just like nuzzled up in him.
Do you not have neck pain in the morning?
It's for like a hot second. Like, all we could last is maybe 5 minutes like that. And then we're quick to go to our other sides, but then I've got a big toe at least touching him.
Gonna touch that comment?
I love, okay? I love
for you.
Physical touch, okay?
But will probably not one day. You're just
probably
young and in love.
I'm just a young lad in love.
A young lad.
A young little lad. But my weekend, a nothing burger. I went downhill real quick. I wasn't feeling well, so I had to sadly miss out on our girls' trip. But Katie and Kelsey held it down in Scottsdale for me.
Yeah. We'll get into all of the Scottsdale fun.
Yeah, I'm excited to hear it. But yeah, we had a winter storm over here, so I've just been tucked away inside for the last few days and
went out. Know where you're at?
It snowed a little bit. It was more like freezing temperatures and ice, so that was tough. Nashville got hit really bad. And it's so interesting living in Knoxville because we'll get like maybe somewhat of the same weather that Nashville gets, but they get it to the extreme. Oh,
Why
if
is that?
anyone's,
Are you
I
a
don't know.
meteorologist?
I th- I assume that we are kind of in, I don't know if it would be a valley, but we're right up against the Smoky Mountains. So I feel like that kind of protects us
Mm,
from any hard hitting weather. I don't know. I'm not a meteorologist or whatever.
interesting.
But yeah, poor Nashville. They got hit really bad. Um, but went outside yesterday and today, 10 degrees. It was a beautiful time.
Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah, there's no cute way to dress in the cold. And if anyone has any tips of looking cute and not homeless,
That cold,
send
I
it
don't
my
think
way.
there's an option. Like,
No,
there's
like,
just a you shouldn't even be outside.
no. The worst thing about being a pet owner is the winter. And yeah, you know what? They go outside for a hot second and we just do some brain stimulation things inside to keep them busy.
Do they have little snow boots and jackets?
Hans has a jacket, but we tried putting a jacket on Opal and she freaked the fuck out. Her new thing right now is she's deathly afraid of the oven. Don't know why. It's like a new fear. So anytime we have the oven on, she's like running away and hiding.
What a freak.
Poor girl. She's been through a lot.
Oh, poor thing.
Oh, and speaking of going through a lot, I literally thought yesterday that my husband died. So, as I was teaching, this always happens when I'm teaching is someone dies or something happens.
How
And
many people have died while you're teaching?
my uncle died when I was teaching.
Oh, that's right. I remember that.
You were taking that class and I just bounced.
Yeah.
Um I've had two dogs die while I was teaching. Then I feel like something else has happened,
Maybe you should
but
stop teaching.
maybe, yeah, maybe I should stop. There we go. That's the end. I was teaching yesterday and I had about 20 minutes left in my class. I went to my phone just to check like where I was in time, and I had some missed calls from an unknown number, and I saw that they also texted me and they're like, "Hey, this is blank, your husband's, I'm trying to get a hold of him. Other team members are trying to get a hold of him, but no one can find him." I'm like, "Oh, cool." The last time I saw him was right before I left to go teach, and I had texted him saying, "Hey, be careful walking down the stairs. It's super icy." And so in my head, I'm like, "Oh my gosh, he slipped down the stairs. He cracked his head open. He died, or he was on his way to work and died. I don't know." Like, this is not like him at all.
Yeah.
And the fact that,
That's so scary.
yeah, his boss was contacting me. I'm like, they, yeah, it would have to be an absolute emergency for them to call me. And
Yeah.
so I'm done teaching, call him,
You finished the
him,
class?
yes,
Oh my
because
God.
I'm like, you know what? If he dies, he dies. Okay.
If he's already dead, what are you
I've
gonna
been
do?
mentally and emotionally prepping for this moment. So, like, you know what? If it's because of me teaching, you know, this is my last hurrah. I gotta find a new career. I don't know. So I call my husband right when I'm done teaching and does not answer. Check his location. Apparently, he's still at home. Like, what the heck? I'm like, that's it. He died going down the stairs.
Yeah.
Like, in my eyes, this man is indestructible, but the stairs took him out.
The
I don't
stairs
know.
took him out.
And so I call his boss. I'm like, hey, it's Ava Badeau. I'm calling you back. And he's like, well, good news. We found your husband. I was like, where the fuck was he? So he got a text message early that morning from one of his bosses, not the higher up, saying, "Hey, we need you to come in today to help with X, Y, or Z." So he got ready and left after I did and went to work, but left his phone at home. And then he hadn't checked his phone since like 6 a.m. I left maybe around 8:50 a.m. So I'm like, I don't know how one can go that long and not look for
Yeah,
a phone. I don't know. To live that freely could never be me.
that's wild.
So he left his phone at home, did not look at his phone after like getting that message at 6 in the morning. And during that time period, his boss had called him saying, "Hey, the roads are super icy. You don't need to come into work today." He was able to get a hold of everyone else except for my husband. And so when they didn't hear from him, they like have to like report. They have to answer no matter what.
Yeah,
Yeah. But so everyone's calling him. All of his um what are they
coworkers,
coworkers? I almost said teammates. I don't know. I don't know what he does. He does something with something.
the people
But
he works with.
the people he works with,
He has a job. They work there too.
yeah,
They're
everyone
coworkers.
was trying to contact him. Nobody could find him. And so his boss was like, "What are the chances he might have just gone to work?" And so his boss drives to their center and
And he's the
find
only one there.
he's the only one there.
So cute. Was he
Poor
working?
guy. He was just there.
Oh, cute.
But yeah, they called me back and they're like, "No, we found him." I'm like, "Oh, praise."
Oh, good.
I thought he was dead for like 20 minutes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow. Did he stay at work?
No, he left right after that and came
Nice.
home and got his
Did he
phone.
feel like an idiot?
No, he was happy that everyone was so concerned.
Well, that's sweet.
It's like, wow, people care.
They care until you actually die, and then it's like,
Yeah.
okay, who are we hiring next?
Yeah. But that was my eventful moment.
I love that.
Yeah.
See, something happened to you.
Something happened to me.
You were
Always
sick,
keeping it
and you thought your
interesting.
husband died.
You know, that's life.
I love it.
Tell me all about you.
It's been just a million things. So last time we filmed, I was in Utah.
Yes.
We come home, and then I'm home for like literally a few days. Didn't even take my suitcase out of my room, just like unpacked and repacked it. Um, we go to Scottsdale. The first day was a disaster. We went to the rooftop um bar lounge thing, and the food took forever, but the bartender was a queen and knew how to pour.
Yeah.
So she literally, I asked for 2 glasses of rosé. It's probably a cup a little bit bigger than this one. She fills it basically to the top, one of each. And I was like, oh, okay.
What a
And then
gal.
by the time our food comes, we had finished that glass. She pours another one. That had to have been a bottle. She just poured into 2 cups, like
Oh my gosh.
to 2 pours. So I'm pretty sure we had a bottle of wine. We go back to the room for a bit, and then we go to an indoor like mini golf place. I have one terrible Paloma. Kelsey was smart and didn't really drink hers. And then we go to dinner. We need food.
Yes.
And they were able to seat us. And the menu like was amazing. I got this really nice bottle of French wine, this French wine that I love. And then the appetizers come, and Kelsey takes one bite, and then she just sets it
No.
down. And I was like, oh, okay. Are you okay? She's like, yeah, I'm fine. It's like, okay.
Famous last words.
And then the entrees come, and we were sharing spicy rigatoni and truffle fries. When we ordered it, the waiter was like, this is the ultimate girl meal. And I was like, obviously, we're
Yes.
nothing if not predictable. So we get it. This rigatoni so it was called the Guest House in Scottsdale. Shout out the Guest House. It used to be called Etta, and then like overnight they like changed names and like I think revamped the menu a little bit. From what I've heard, it's like basically the same restaurant though. So this rigatoni is incredible, but her face is like completely white.
Oh, no.
And she had stopped drinking the wine at that point. So they just kept pouring my glass because obviously I am not a quitter. And then she disappears. She's like, I have to go to the bathroom. And I was like, okay. And then she's gone for a while. And I texted her, which I don't remember a lot of things that happened. Like, I'm conscious of like the dinner, but like apparently we talked to Jason before we went to dinner for like 10 minutes and I have no recollection of this conversation. I don't remember
No.
the text I sent her. So I like saw it the morning after. I texted her, like, do you want me to order an Uber? Like, are you okay?
Yeah.
She comes back. At the time, I don't know, she had been throwing up in the bathroom. And then we had told them it was my birthday and that we were celebrating her getting promoted. So they had like little cakes planned. And so she comes back. I can tell she just needs to leave. So the waiter comes back and um asks how we're doing. I was like, can we just get the check? And he's like, oh, well, we have like your birthday thing. And her face is just like dying. And I was
You're
like,
like,
okay, just
pack
make
it
it
up.
really, really fast, really fast. And can you cork the wine? And so we whatever get it. I get us an Uber back, and it's about a 15-minute ride. I think I fall asleep at one point in the Uber, and I don't know what she's doing, but she's silent. We like pull up to the hotel, and the Uber driver like, that is the quietest Uber ride I've ever had with like more than one person in the car. I was like, oh, you're welcome.
Could never
And
have been me.
then no,
Thank God I wasn't there, because if I was, knowing my luck, I would have gotten someone talkative, and it would have just been me.
yeah, would have been you. So then we're going up the elevator and then we get to our floor and we start walking. I'm in front. I have the room key. And then we turn a corner and I look back and Kelsey's gone. And I was like,
Oh, no.
she's been abducted. Like someone just grabbed her
She's
and
been
pulled her into a room or
kidnapped.
something.
Yeah.
And so I go back around the corner. She's throwing up in a trash can.
Aw,
And
poor thing.
classy lady. She made it trash can. That's all that matters.
Hey, yeah,
Yeah. So then we get back
kudos.
to the room, whatever. We fall asleep.
She also had, like, a long travel day. Like,
Yeah, she
those
had to wake
days
up
are
at
so
like,
hard.
yeah, I think she got on her plane at like, I think she'd been up since like 3 a.m. Pacific time.
Yeah, yeah.
So like 4 a.m. Scottsdale time. And then said she didn't sleep on the plane at all. So the next day we get up and we go to get brunch, ultimate hangover meal. I actually got something called the hangover sandwich. I had
Did you?
the worst hangover because I drank all the wine. That most killer headache,
She's not a quitter.
but I'm not a quitter. It was a
Nope.
$240 bottle of wine. I wasn't going
Ooh, yeah, no,
to
we're
dump
drinking the
it.
whole thing.
I did have them cork it, which we'll get to later, but we
Yeah.
go get brunch and then we were staying near Old Town Scottsdale. So we were walking around and we had both never been to Scottsdale. Scottsdale is the cutest town. If you have not been there, highly recommend it. I could live there if it wasn't like 120 degrees there in the summer. It
Yeah, the
is,
weather's quite unfortunate.
yeah, but it was so cute. There were so many cute little shops. We went and got tattoos. Um, we just like walked around and I got like what I'll wear it next week maybe on the pod. My grandma cowgirl sweater. It like looks like something like your grandma would wear, but it was like in this really cute
Cute.
little boutique. And I was like, oh my God, this is the cutest thing. And I kept going back to it. And I was like, I'm weirdly obsessed with this sweater. Kelsey's like, no, it's really cute. And I was like, it just is so out of the blue for me to wear something like this.
I love it.
But I loved it. So I got that. I think that's the only thing I bought. But the tattoos. Then we went to this really cute espresso martini bar. It was very vibey. It was like kind of like a mix of like country club speak easy aesthetics. It was kind of dark and moody,
Oh,
but like also like
ooh,
random like golf stuff in there. All they served was coffee, drinks, and espresso martinis, and then
love
they had
that.
like a couple croissants on the menu. So they had like 10 different espresso
What
martini
else
variations.
what else would you need? Croissants,
Croissant,
espresso, a croissant?
croissant.
That
So
sounds like a
we
beautiful
got
place.
It was. We got their like kind of house one, which was just like a regular espresso martini. Um, there was one drink I would never try, but I could not get behind. It was Aperol spritz with espresso. Like in
Yes,
it.
I've seen that on menus before, and I'm not interested.
No, it sounds disgusting. But people
Yeah,
were ordering it, so obviously some people like it.
it could be good, but yeah, my taste buds, my palate, it's just no. I like
It's a no.
I like smoky, I like dark. Mm, just like
Mhm.
my soul.
I don't know
Not
about that.
really. No.
No. And then we went to this really cute wine bar called Wine Girl.
Well, that's
And
a
it
cute name.
was, yeah, and it was like super girly, really cute aesthetic. There was like a bridal shower happening in there. There was two bachelorette parties that came in, so it was like very
That's the
girly.
spot.
It was the spot. We got merch. And then we
Gotta get
went
the
back to
merch.
the hotel and watched Gossip Girl, as we do.
Ooh, which season?
Season one, because we have to get the Jason
Oh,
sightings
yes.
in. So
Okay.
Kelsey's
I still
husband,
need to watch
Jason,
it. Yeah,
I
with you
know.
guys.
Yeah, for those that don't know, hashtag Jason Utter. He was in background, a lot of background scenes on season one. I don't know if more seasons, but at least season one of Gossip Girl. So there's actually this in the one episode in season one where they break into the school and have a pool party.
Oh, iconic.
You can see him in the background of a lot of the scenes, but then
Yeah.
when they're like the principal's like reviewing the footage of like
Hmm.
the found phone that was left behind with the students the next day at school when they got called in. There's this one picture and he's like like has his arm around a girl and he's just so cheesy and you can tell he's like so excited. It's just like frozen on his face and he's
He's so happy
like
to be
he is
included.
so happy. It's the
That's
cutest
really
thing.
cool.
No, it's
That's
so
fun.
cute. So we always watch that and then
I
we
love
get our
it.
Jason sightings. And then we went out to dinner. We committed to making it to dinner, but before we wanted to go to Lisa Vanderpump's new restaurant, Wolf, which had just opened. So we get there and we walk up like, hey, we're just going to have a drink in the bar. And they're like, the bar's fully committed. I'm like,
Such a weird way to say they're not accepting
people
people. They're
without
not.
a reservation. I was
Hmm.
like, wait, you don't have a bar people can get drinks at? Like, this makes no sense.
The bar is fully
So
committed.
it's fully committed.
Well, I'd hope they're fully committed. So can I sit down? Like,
Right? So we leave there, and then of course we had allotted time to be at that bar. So then we show up an hour and a half early to our next restaurant
so
reservation, which was
punctual.
also at 7:30. I'm never on time or early for anything, but this trip it was like early bird special over here.
I love that.
So we went to Maple and Ash, which is I think there's more than one of them. Like they're in other cities too.
Yeah.
But it was super cute. We couldn't get sat right away, so we went to the bar and then they were like, "Oh, it's going to be like we got there at 6 and they were like it's going to be closer to 7:30." But there wasn't
That's a
anything
long
like
time.
I know, there wasn't another bar really walkable. They're like, "We'll try to seat you early if we can." And I was like, "Kelsey, I just know if we leave 10 minutes later they're going to text us and be like your table's ready."
For sure.
So we wait in the lobby for like 5 or 10 minutes. And then because there was no seats at the bar available, and then we saw some people get up. So then we went to the bar and we sit down. She orders a cocktail. I get a glass of wine, which in theory should be the quickest thing to get because they pour it from a bottle that's already open behind the bar. Well,
Too
apparently
complicated.
I chose a wine that didn't exist or something because 20 minutes later, my wine has still not arrived. And then they text us that our table's ready. I was like, oh,
No.
great. And so then I was like, can you just charge her out and cancel my wine? And he's like, oh no, my bar manager's gonna go get it right now. And I was like, it's fine. We're gonna go sit. I'm just gonna order a bottle at the table. Like I don't want this one-off glass. And so he's like apologizing. And then I see him walk to the person, two people down, like telling him, oh, you don't have to go find that wine. I'm like, he wasn't actively finding it. He was helping another customer, which was fine. Just like, I
No,
don't
he
care enough about the
forgot
wine. Yeah.
and
He forgot my wine
yeah.
and it's fine. Like, I'm cool. I'm going to go get a bottle. So we ate dinner and then it was great. Went to bed at probably, I think we stayed up till 10. So we had
Whoa.
I know, watching Gossip Girl. And then we flew
Dang.
home the next morning and my husband apparently was having a football party at my house that I found out because Derek texted Kelsey and was like, oh, I'm coming over to the house to watch football. And she was supposed to fly back to New Jersey, but there was this blizzard ice storm thing. So her flight had gotten canceled, and so she flew back to California with me, and she just went home today. We're filming on Tuesday today. But yeah, so we did that. That
What
was
a
my
time.
weekend. Yeah,
So fun. I'm so happy you guys had a good time.
yeah.
We'll be reunited
One day. You
end of
love me again.
end of February.
Yeah, let's hope you don't get sick again.
No, I'm fully committed.
Well, it's gonna be a good old time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, it's a longer trip for me because I go California, then California to Salt Lake, and then Salt Lake to back home.
Is there a direct flight from Salt Lake to Knoxville?
No, I'm taking a red eye to Charlotte and then Charlotte to Knoxville.
It's terrible.
Yeah, it's fine. I'll sleep the
Okay.
next day. I was thinking about getting like those eye masks that are completely like covered,
Uh-huh.
and yeah, we'll see.
Like an eye mask.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Well, fine. All right.
Yeah.
Well,
I have one other update.
tell us.
So Delta, they've
Oh,
just
yes.
my favorite airline. I really do love them, which is just annoying. So, as you all remember, they denied all of my claims for reimbursement from the canceled flight debacle of post Christmas travel, Miss Disney cruise, the whole thing. I had sent them a long email back, which I read on the pod last time. 2 weeks have gone by and they have not responded to my email. I don't know whether this was the cause or if it was a coincidence, but this past Sunday was the 2 week mark. And Garrett had been telling me, like, just call them, just call them. I was like, I don't want to call them. They should be able to fix this via email. Like, I don't want to talk to
Yeah.
someone. Just, it can be handled by email. I was going to probably send one more email, and then if they didn't respond again, I was just going to give up. Like, it's just not worth my time. But I was still irritated. So Emma had posted a clip from that podcast about how Allegiant gave me like a full refund and Delta gave me nothing. And she had posted it a few days prior, but I went back and I tagged Delta in the video.
Yeah.
Within an hour, I got an email response back from them. And this lady says she wants to set up a call to talk to me about my claim. And I don't respond back because I was heading home. We were having people over, whatever. I was like, whatever, I'll deal with it tomorrow on Monday. Then, like a couple hours later, she sends me another email and is like, because we haven't heard from you, we've closed your case. And I'm like, oh, so you guys can take 2 weeks
No,
to respond to my email, but if I don't call you on a Sunday afternoon, you're closing my case. Like, so I respond back to her and I
that's
said, I'm
insane.
sorry, I have people at my house right now. I'm not calling you. This can be resolved via email. If you truly need to speak to me, you can call me tomorrow. Otherwise, I'd appreciate just a response via email. So then the next morning
Uh-huh.
is Monday and they send an email. She sends this long email back, like explaining their policy and stuff, which I didn't really read. But they did reimburse me $660, which is not the full amount I was asking for, but it's a lot of it and it's well worth it. So thank you, Delta. This is your redemption arc.
Thanks, Delta. We'll
I
continue
appreciate
flying.
you. We will continue flying. I have like 7 trips with you booked the rest of this year already. So, you know, is that a dog moaning?
That was a dog moaning.
Cute.
Opal. Well, shout out to Allegiant because
Yeah.
they were at the top of the leaderboard for top airlines of 2025.
Oh,
And
yeah. And Southwest, which by the way, today, first day of seat assignments. I am so excited about that.
yeah, you don't have to act all crazy
I don't have to talk to
for
people and
someone.
ask what seat or boarding number they are and like make sure I'm in the right place. I hate the amount of social anxiety their boarding process gave me. Like,
Yeah,
I
it
would just go to the
forces
back
you.
because I'm just like, I don't care. If I'm in A group, if I'm not A1 through 15, I'm going to A60 because at this point, I don't want to talk to anyone. I don't want to fight with you for my spot in line. I'm just going to go
Yeah,
back. So,
yeah. That's funny. Well, my airline
you
I'm loyal to, it makes sense. It was at the bottom of the
American.
leaderboard.
Wasn't it
American
the very
Airlines.
last one?
No, I think Frontier was the very last one, but American was second to last, and it deserved to be there because of the cancellations and the amount of delays I had this past year. It's insane. I'm fully convinced that one of my flights that was booked completely full, there's pilots, there's flight attendants all waiting, but there was no plane. I'm convinced they never had a plane or an aircraft for this flight ever. So, like,
Yeah.
book how do you, like, book a flight and there be no aircraft? Like, what? I don't know.
Yeah.
American Airlines needs to figure it out, and also, they boarded us one of the flights. We were all boarding, and at the same time, they were still doing maintenance on the aircraft. And nothing's more unsettling than seeing, like, maintenance people, like, come up from what is
Like the tarmac,
the tarmac little
like
thing.
the ground.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then into, like, the cockpit, and then back down, up into the cockpit, back down. You're like, "What is going on here?"
And it's always, like, hot as balls because usually the air conditioner's not on or not on full blast
Yep,
because the engines aren't on, and
yep.
you're sitting there for an hour sweating while you're watching people try to fix plane. Like, don't board the plane if it's
Yeah,
not.
that's exactly what happened to me. Second I get on, I'm not a sweater at all, but I was schwitzing all over the place. I was rolling up my pants. I was taking off all of my like, I was taking off a jacket. I was taking my ring off because I was starting to swell. I'm like,
Oh my
"Oh,
god.
no." And then I start freaking out internally and like, "Oh my god, this is where I go." But
That's the thing is that
yeah, American.
none
Mm,
of the big airlines are like so I think on that list of top airlines for 2025, Delta was number 3, which
yeah,
overall I do between, like, the big 3, like Delta, United, American, Delta's the best, like, hands down. But so, like, there's no other option for me. I think I just had a slew of, like, bad canceled flight experiences over the last 6 months with Delta that this was, like, the final
yeah.
straw. And what I would like the listeners to know is that I am not a complainer, reimbursement demander person. So I will give you some examples. One, last July, we were flying from Orange County to New York with a connection through Detroit. Get to Detroit, our flight from Detroit to New York's canceled. They can't rebook us that night. We somewhat stupidly rent a car and drive the 9 hours from Detroit to New York City. Did not ask for a reimbursement from the airline for the rental car or for credit for a hotel stay or anything like that. Didn't complain, just went on our way. Next trip was in November. We were flying back from Rome, connection through Boston. Mid-air, Rome to Boston. Our Boston flight gets canceled. We got stuck in the Boston airport for like 8 hours. And there are rules where if you're delayed so many hours, you're entitled to some sort of like credits, reimbursements, whatever.
Right.
I asked for none of it. Like I didn't complain. I didn't submit anything. Like I'm not a complainer. But this was the third time in 6 months you've canceled my second leg of a connecting flight, long haul flights.
Yeah.
And then all this other stuff happened that was impactful. Like you need to reimburse me. Like I'm not a crazy customer in most situations because I'm on the receiving end of that, which we'll talk about a lot, and I know how it sucks. But you know what? I'm a small business. You're a big corporation. They could have said, "Here's 20,000 miles," and I probably would have shut up. Like, just to
Yeah.
say, give me some generic response that says no to everything with like that's what really just put me over the edge. But thank you, Delta. I appreciate you now. I will continue flying with you. Allegiant, I will start flying with you where it fits into where I'm going. Um, and Southwest, I fly with you all the time for work. So
Cute.
I'll see you again. And I flew you to Scottsdale this week and you're great. So thank you.
Southwest is coming to the Knoxville airport, and I'm very excited.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Don't know where I'm gonna fly to with them, but
Okay. Well, you have
it's
options.
an option now.
There you go.
Speaking of crazy customers and being on the receiving side, we are going to dive into our dramatic email reading. And boy,
This
Boy,
one's
oh
gonna be
boy.
tough to find the transcripts of because she emails from, like, 5 different email addresses, so we just have to keep searching, like, we don't even know why she has this many emails she's emailing us from,
I
but
think there was like 3 different ones, and the last one she sent was from her actual business
yeah.
email, which funny. Um, so little backstory before we get into the emails is this ex-member was in past due from failed payments, 2 months of failed payments, so
But she also went past due all the
all
time
the
and always
time.
had to, like, update her card.
Yes. She never came into the studio, but I do know, like,
She would come in, like, randomly.
she would come in randomly, but she was aware that she had a membership, that it would go past due probably, like, if not every month, it'd be every other month. She would be in our little collections area. And so this time, she was not being responsive at all. And 2 months had gone by, or a month and a half had gone by?
No, so she bounced her Oc
September.
no, she paid September.
Yes.
She came in between so her payment went through on the 28th of the month. So she paid September 28th. She took 1 or 2 classes in October,
Mhm.
and then her October 28th payment bounced. She had bookings scheduled because it canceled her out of bookings, so she was
Yeah.
actively using her membership, and then so we reach out to her and we say, "Your payment's bounced," whatever. She responds back on October 31st, so 3 days later saying, "Sorry, I got a new card, I'll update it." I'll update it. I don't know if she said today or that day or whatever, but she said she was gonna update her payment to bring her account current. And then 2 more months go by, which she has not paid, so now she's delinquent for October and November. Our kind of internal policy is if you go past due for 2 payments and you haven't contacted us, like, we haven't been able to reach you, as a courtesy, because 'cause we're nice humans, we cancel your membership going forward so you don't continue to accrue late payments. Um, we don't have to do that, you will continue getting billed until you actually cancel your membership, but we're like, "You know what? 2 months, we haven't heard from you, we're gonna be kind and just move on, and your account's gonna remain in collections for that 2-month period." That's where we're at.
Yeah. So then December 28th, she emails, which is a very confusing email because the subject title is like forward, please cancel membership for now. And it's showing that we had maybe received this, and it's her stating that she doesn't want to attend classes at this time. Please cancel her membership. And it's dated that she had sent this on September 29th, 2025. So I'm digging through our email, our inbox, all mail, spam, anything to find this forwarded or this initial email. Nothing. And let me tell you that I'm I constantly am on our email. Our studio emails go directly to my phone. Not healthy, but it does. So I see emails constantly. A cancellation email, and especially from a member like this who's been constantly in past due, would spark something in my brain like respond. And I'm very good at responding within a certain amount of hours, same day. Not only am I on it, our operational manager is on it too. And she's really good at checking spam mail anytime she's on her shift, and she'll like bring it to the inbox if it's something that we need to see that's important. And not only is she on the emails, Katie's also on the emails, and she also gets them on her phone as well. So if there's something I didn't see, Megan will see it. If there's something Megan or I didn't see, Katie will see it. There's 3 people checking this email. And how did 3 people not see this at all?
And then in addition, when we did our investigation, checking the crevices of every cavity of our email account does not exist. Like, this email
Yeah,
was never th
never.
I will put it on my headstone. This email was never sent to us.
It was
And
never
we are
sent.
really good and respectful about making the cancellation process easy. You tell us you want to cancel, we send you a link to our cancel form, we cancel you. Like, we are not trying to be difficult about it. Like, we want to part ways amicably with people. We'd love to have you back in the future if it ever works out for you. Like, we're not trying to be assholes about this. You legitimately did not send this email, though.
No,
So,
she did not. So after she had sent that, I sent her an email, and Katie's going to read it.
so hi, blank. Thank you for reaching out and for forwarding the email dated September 29th, 2025. I appreciate you taking the time to follow up with us. After reviewing our records, we are unfortunately unable to locate this cancellation request in our communication database. Per your membership agreement, all cancellations require a completed cancellation form and a 30-day written notice in order to be processed successfully. Over the past 3 months, our studio team in the corporate payment center attempted to contact you multiple times regarding the past due balance on your account. The only response we received during that time was a text message on October 31st indicating that you were waiting for a new card to arrive in the mail. At this time, your account reflects 2 outstanding membership invoices dated October 28th and November 28th, each with a $20 late fee. In the interest of goodwill, we are happy to waive the November 28th membership payment as well as the 1 late fee attached to that payment. However, per the terms of the contract, the October 28th payment and the late fee remains due and is required to resolve your account. Please note that this balance has now been escalated to third-party collections. We kindly ask you to update your payment details as soon as possible so this matter can be resolved and to avoid any further penalties. If you have any questions or need assistance updating your payment information, we are happy to help. Thank you for your understanding, and we appreciate your attention to this matter.
Anytime I send an email like that, I never like saying my name, so I always sign off with the studio name and management team.
Management team,
I'm like, this is a group effort.
it's a team effort.
It's a team effort. um, and so she responds, I sent you the message I sent to you via email. Okay, these are her exact words, not mine. Okay.
Yeah.
I sent you the message I sent to you via email. I've been very busy with some family and medical emergencies. That is written notice. I'm not sure why you don't have it in your records. Probably because you never
It
sent it.
didn't get sent.
It never sent. I have been a paying member of a couple of years, regardless of whether or not I was using my membership. Are you seriously thinking that I will continue to pay because you can't find my notice? I think you should reconsider your stance. Then she sends another one immediately after saying, also, with all that had burn going on, I responded in October because I thought possibly I had forgotten to notify you I would be canceling. You did. Then I realized I had in fact sent notice. Thank you. Well, you did not.
So, what's also wild to me is you allege that you sent this email on September 29th. A month later, you forget that you sent that email and agree to update your payment method because you're now past due. And then 3 months later, you magically remember after you've been called a million times by our collections company that I actually did send this email that I had forgot about 1 month later. The whole thing is
It's fishy.
fishy and fraudulent. So then, is this when I
Mm-mm.
respond?
Yes, this is your response.
Okay. No, you responded.
On January 1st.
So January 1st,
I
no, she
believe
gets
that's you.
on January 1st, she gets another email, like an automated email that she's
Yeah,
past due. And I don't think we had responded to her email like it was the holidays and stuff. I definitely did not because this was like the day of my travel disaster. So on January 1st, she literally has emailed us from so many different emails. I'm having trouble like
This
keeping
is
track
still
of
in the
them.
same one.
I don't see that one. Why don't you read it?
Okay.
Mine ended with also with all that burn going on.
Oh, so you sent, hi, blank. We have reached out multiple times over the past several months, and while we understand you have been busy, we believe we have made a fair offer to settle your account by splitting the difference of the past due balance currently in collections, and we have waived the 30-day notice going forward. Since the September 29th email, which we did not receive, the following actions have taken place on your account. You attended class on October 26th. You booked and then canceled a class on October 28th. On October 29th, you were texted that your payment had bounced. October 31st, you were left a voicemail and texted about your past due payment. You responded back you would be updating your card to bring the payment current. All these actions led us to believe you intended to continue your membership and had not requested cancellation. Since then, you have been texted 10 times, sent 6 emails, and have been left 5 voicemails. Should you choose not to settle your account by paying the October past due amount and late fee, your account will remain in collections for both October and November payments plus associated late fees. We had already canceled your December planned payment as goodwill gesture.
Dropping receipts. I love
You got to have them.
receipts, screenshots, proof, timeline, everything. I will tell you
Everything.
everything you did to make you just realize how ridiculous it
Yes.
is that you're trying to claim you aren't
Yeah.
responsible for any of these.
So that was sent on January 1st. Homegirl doesn't respond for about 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
We're
Yeah.
thinking, okay, this is it. She's just like, she's just going to stay in collections. She's just going to live there. So on January 12th, like Katie said, we had an automated email go out
Well,
to her.
she got the email on January 1st, and then she
Yes,
responds back 12 days later.
She says, I find it interesting that after years of me paying for the service, whether I used it or not, you're going to dig your heels in the sand over this 1 month. Do you not consider goodwill to loyal customers of any value? I'm like, yeah, we canceled your membership, offered to waive the November payment and the late fees.
Yeah, so that's essentially Ava responds back. We value long-term customers. We have already extended goodwill. I'm not going to read it like verbatim because it's not spicy. It's just
Sorry.
kind and boring.
It's me. It's me to my core.
We removed one past due membership payment. We waived your 30-day notice going forward. We removed a late fee. Your original balance reduced by $239. This is all we're at. Like, this is what our offer is, and we think that's a fair offer. And she goes, what did you remove as a courtesy? I gave you notice.
Here's Katie.
And then, is this my last? Okay.
This is the last one. Buckle up.
Yeah. Okay, now I found it. I said, I'd be happy to elaborate. You gave notice on December 28th by forwarding, with my air quotes, an email from a different email address that was allegedly dated September 29th. I find it interesting that we have received every email from you except that one, but okay. In that email, you state that you can no longer attend classes. What I also find interesting is that you did attend class after, in air quotes, sending that email and contacted us on October 31st that you would be updating your payment method. The courtesy is waiving $40 in late fees, your November payment, and canceling you immediately in December, waiving your December payment. In total, we have courteously absorbed $438 in fees on your behalf. I truly find it shocking you're this unwilling to pay at minimum your past due October invoice, which would have been due regardless because, as you attest, you, in air quotes, submitted a cancellation request on September 29th within the 30-day window of your October 28th payment. With that being said, this is like one of my standard lines. With that being said, since $199 clearly means so much more to you than it does to me, and I've spent far too much time debating what I find to be a fabricated email with someone who has no respect for small businesses, which I'm pretty sure you are a small business owner yourself, so good luck with that karma. I'll remove your October payment from collections and wish you well in future interactions with other humans. Best. First of all,
I think on your tombstone, Katie, it needs to say, I spent far too much time debating. She had spent far too much time.
So let me just drop you with a little knowledge before Ava reads her. This one actually responded, which is disappointing, but also entertaining. It's so long. You can just read an abridged version if you want. Make sure you leave the Gandhi quote in at the end.
Yeah, that one I'll fully read.
But let me just explain to you how easy it is to forge a forwarded email. So here's what you do, and I will post a whole video of it on our Instagram. It takes 30 seconds. So here's what you do. you draft an email to yourself. So send it to yourself, put whatever you want your subject line to be, put what you want in the body of the email, hit send. That comes through in like a second, right? You go to your sent email, you click on that email, you hit forward. You type who you want to now forward that email to. You scroll down, your forwarded email is now text in that body of the email. You go in, you change the date with your little cursor and your little keyboard. You change the to, like, the person the email was addressed to, which was yourself, but now you're changing it to someone else. And you say, oh, here, this is the email I forwarded you 2 months ago, 3 months ago. And you hit send, and that's how you do it. And it takes less than 30 seconds. So if you need to fraudulently forward an email, that's how you do it, my friends. Or you can have ChatGPT draft you a fake email. Like, I am not stupid, okay? I know how the world works. I know how a computer works. And this woman does too, because this email was 100% fraudulent.
Well,
And
100%.
she has, you know,
Yeah. And there has been instances where someone has emailed and somehow it got overlooked on my end. And maybe like a few weeks later, they respond back to the same email saying, hey, just making sure. I'll be like, oh, that's my bad. I'll take
and
ownership.
if we do miss it, it has happened. Like, literally, we are really good with cancellations.
Yeah.
If we do miss one, we're all human. We refund it. Like, we do
Mm-hmm.
not dig in our heels on this. But
No.
this woman, all the evidence points to she never canceled her membership.
All evidence points to she's a fraud.
She's a fraud.
Her email is now from a new email account.
Yeah, another one.
I
The
thought
third
it
one we're on.
when I first received it, I was like, an email from, and it said the company's name. I was like, what do they want? I realized as I'm reading, I'm like, this is her. Because I was so confused. I'm like, who is this? Um, she writes, since we're elaborating, I attended only because I knew I was still in my window of what I had paid for, unless I'm incorrect about that. If I attended without paying, let me know. I
No,
did
you didn't, because when you didn't pay, it canceled your future bookings. So, you know what?
She
Go
said,
on.
I did considering renewing when I thought I might have time to attend.
So you didn't send the email. You thought you were going to update your payment method in October and continue to pay your membership. Okay, I'm glad we're on the same page here.
Right? Also, regarding my payment, I thought that I was mistaken about sending you a cancellation notice until I looked back at my email. I do, in fact, own a small business and would never accuse someone of fabricating an email, which I didn't do. And by the way, I have sent emails before that you magically never received to put my membership on hold.
That's
No,
a lie. We put our membership on hold multiple times.
multiple times, and probably with a waived fee
Yeah,
because we're nice. Not anymore. If you received my every email, then why didn't you put my membership on hold the other times I requested? We did.
we did.
To my knowledge, that is the only reason I've ever emailed you. By the way, how would someone fake an email anyway? Don't they have dates and timestamps? Question
Yeah.
mark.
Listen to the podcast when it drops and you'll learn a little
Oh,
quick tutorial about how we know how to do this.
we'll just send her a link to it.
I literally considered, so I had filmed a video of, like, a screen share, a record of myself doing it in like less than 30 seconds and posted it to my personal Instagram, to like my close friends account.
Yeah, you should have sent it to her.
I was texting Sydney. I considered just responding back to this email with that video, but it just wasn't even worth the energy.
I've never read it all the way through because I was just like, too long, don't care anymore, protect my peace. I just happened to put my foot down with you this time. I would never have given any client this type of blowback or made such an accusation, especially when your system is set up to make canceling difficult. Also, what is she emailing from? Like AIM? It's the format is very interesting. If you are
It is not
navigating
difficult. You fill out a form and we cancel you. It's one step.
If
One
you're
step.
navigating in gold and don't need the money, maybe you can be a little bit more flexible and much less rude. As far
I
as
was
karma,
flexible. I gave you all your money. Like, I waived all your fees. I am
she's
flexible.
flexible, baby. As far as karma, I've supported your business for years without hardly having time to attend. Rather
Oh,
than thank me, I guess because you have now indicated that you didn't
thank
need
you.
the money. Thanks. So you don't
Thanks.
need to appreciate loyalty and support. You have chosen to incorrectly accuse me of fabricating an email. Luckily for you, as a small business owner who does believe in karma, I will keep your unjustified and unprofessional rudeness to myself rather than badmouth you, which quite frankly you would have deserved. Instead, I will thank you for choosing to be reasonable, wish you well, and hope you treat others better. And here's the best part. In quotes, we but mirror the world. All the tendencies present in the outer world are to be found in the world of our body. If we could change ourselves, the tendencies in the world would also change. As a man changes his own nature, so does the attitude of the world change towards him. This is the divine mystery supreme. A wonderful thing it is, and the source of our happiness. We need not wait to see what
So
others
long.
do. End quote. Gandhi.
You know what? If people
Wow.
stop treating me like terribly when these situations come up, I would be nicer. Okay.
Maybe.
Maybe you are bringing this energy to me and I am responding. How about that? Don't slap me with Gandhi. I am fucking Gandhi.
Don't be slapping people around with Gandhi quotes, okay?
So enjoy your $500 that we waived for you and be gone. Goodbye.
Be gone.
Be gone.
Well, that was fun. I hope you enjoyed
The
that.
Gandhi reading was the highlight because David was like, when I posted a screenshot of it to my close friend stories,
Yeah.
he was like, wait, what is the quote? I like can't finish reading it because I like cut it off. And I was like, oh, it's a Gandhi quote. You just wait. And I'm so glad you read it with precision. It's
One
fantastic.
can only read a Gandhi quote in that manner. Like, there's
Yeah,
no other way.
there's no other way. So enjoy your
Enjoy.
dramatic reading of the week. It was a good one.
Shall we
Mm,
pivot?
Let's pivot. Pivot.
Pivot into,
Sorry,
oh,
Pepper.
wow. How the internet turned confidence into a full-time job. Ah,
Okay, so
the
let me just,
rise of romanticizing your life.
yeah,
Talk to me.
I want to give a shout out for a minute to all the influencers of the world.
Truly doing the Lord's work.
That shit is hard. Like,
So hard.
I tried to be an influencer for like a hot second last year,
You did really good.
a couple months.
Yeah, it's hard to maintain.
It is constant
I can barely
content
repost
creation.
anything. I get tagged in so much stuff. I barely repost it.
I know. I hired Emma because I just couldn't keep up with like
Yeah.
the creation of the content just for the podcast, not even for my like, personal brand I was trying to create. But I don't even repost half the stuff anymore that she posts for us because I'm just like, I don't have time. It's just,
Yeah.
it's a lot. It's a full-time job, but it takes so long to get paid in that. It's
Mhm.
like, kudos to the influencers that have made a career out of it because it's actually, I think people like shit on it a lot harder than it looks. Let me just tell you that from
So
someone who
much
tried
harder
to do
than it
it.
looks. And I told myself after you had hired a social media person for the studios that I would take that extra time to work on my personal one and make it more about like fitness and all that jazz. Nope. Nope.
There is something so freeing though about not being on social media all the time when we've
Yes.
been on it all the time.
Oh, absolutely. I love keeping my personal life pretty private. Like I'll share things that I do with friends and items like that and stories, but anything outside of that, like family, relationship, it's very private. Just me, my dogs, and Pure Bar. That's all you need to know.
Yeah. But even that, like I've definitely posted my family a lot less on social media than I do now.
Yeah.
But even just like not feeling the pressure to post all the time and like
Oh,
present this
yes.
certain like
Aesthetic.
aesthetic is like if you've never done it, I don't think you realize how draining it is, and if you're in it, like, it's a lot, and it's so funny because we are on our phones all the time, and it's kind of
Mhm.
like what we're talking about today, but not really. And in my Pilates classes, we do, a lot of chest openers, oh, not like, a lot of the time.
Yeah.
It's one of the moves on the machine. Like, one of my favorite instructor, shout out Janie, she's amazing, Newport, she always talks about, like, how challenging this specific move can be, and it's literally just pressing your hands back in the tubes, right? We do it in
Yeah.
Pure Barre too, um, with the defined straps, but because, like, normally we're just hunched forward like this all the time because 'cause we're always looking down at our phones, and,
Yeah.
like, this is, like, it's a
Oh,
whole
yeah.
retraining of my body at this point.
I've always had pretty good posture, but as of lately, I don't know. Like the one day when I was at your house and I was sitting at the table, just like typing on my computer, I had no idea. I was literally like the Hunchback of Notre Dame.
I kid you not, you guys, she was sitting, her shoulders were earrings. And I tell this people all the time in Pure Barre when I'm teaching them, like, your shoulders are not earrings, pull them down. Like,
Yeah.
but her shoulders were in her ears. And she was like this, like hunched forward, like a little
Like gremlin.
Quasimodo
Yeah.
typing. And I'm like, girl, relax your shoulders. And she was like, oh, I had no
Oh my
idea.
gosh. Yeah. I mean, I could feel the tension in my body because I was writing an email. And
Yeah.
then Katie walks in, she's like, relax your shoulders. And I was like, oh, man. I was like, wow, that was pretty ugly. Hello, G baby.
I didn't even have to ask him for wine. He was
He
such a
just
good
came.
husband.
He knows.
Why do you have headphones in?
So I'm talking to Derek.
Are you playing World of Warcraft?
No.
Oh. This is another side note pivot. World of Warcraft is apparently back. Does your husband play this game? Can you ask him right now? He's right there, isn't he?
Yeah, but he has headphones on and
Oh.
yeah.
Well,
And he's telling me to be quiet.
we're working.
I'm working. It just went like this. Okay.
So, side note, I have to tell a story really fast. So, when I found out I was pregnant with my son, this
Mhm.
was um March 2020 because it was like a week into lockdown, I remember.
Ugh.
I walk up behind I hadn't told him I was taking a pregnancy test or anything, and he's at, our kitchen table with his laptop playing World of Warcraft with his friends, and I walk up behind him to, like, give him the pregnancy test. He swats my hand away and, like, snaps at me not to interrupt. He's, like, in the middle of a battle or something,
Oh my
and I was
gosh.
like, "I'm pregnant, you fucker," like, "Cool."
That's
I was
so
so
funny.
mad. So then he hasn't honestly played it in a few years, but apparently they just released a new version of it or something, and all of his friends got him back on it.
Mm.
And oh, this is another good story from the weekend. I'm sorry. I have to tell this, you guys. Like, you don't even understand. I cannot physically move on. Oh, I wake up and I'm on the way to the airport on Sunday morning, and it's like 7:30 a.m., 7:40 a.m. California time. FaceTime my husband, he doesn't answer. FaceTime my daughter on her iPad. She answers, and I was like, "Oh, what are you guys doing?" She's like, "Oh, we're just playing." I was like, "Oh, cool. Where's your dad?" I tried calling him, and she's like, "Oh, he's still sleeping." And my 5-year-old son's like, "Yeah, it's like we're home alone. It's so fun." I'm like, "Wow."
It's
So
too
then
funny.
later that day, his friends are over. Come to find out, the reason he was still sleeping was because he was up till 1 a.m. playing World of Warcraft.
Yep, that'll do it.
There is worse things. He could be on drugs. He could be out with hookers,
Yeah.
have an affair, a mistress. Enjoy your World of Warcraft, sir. There are, and this is what we're going to talk about, perspective, right? It's all about putting
Yeah.
things in perspective. There are
All putting in
tons
perspective.
of worse things he could have spent doing till 1 o'clock in the morning. World of Warcraft, nerdy, sure,
Nerdy, but we'll take it
but we'll
compared
take
to
it.
anything else that he could be doing at the wee hours.
I can literally hear your husband like typing or clicking or something. I hear
I
buttons.
yeah, I choose to ignore it. Yeah.
Back to our
Back
regularly
to our
scheduled content.
yes. So, real main character energy versus performance energy. So, performance energy is something I'm really good at. I'm trying to be less good at it, but doing things for optics, it's not coming through on social media. If it is, sorry, but um, in my day to day life, it's something I realized I was doing a lot of was performance related in order to feel like I was giving value to whatever I was doing, whether it was relationships, whether it was in the workplace, extracurriculars. I wanted to do things just for the optic, but I wasn't realizing I was doing it. But that has been my whole entire life. I feel like there was a lot of chaos surrounding some like teenage years of my life. And so, in order to feel like I was providing good into the family or good into my life, I just overcommitted myself to things that I was really good at and did my best to succeed at it in order to get praise from whether it was my parents or from people that I looked up to just to feel some sort of value. And so I just fed off of that energy constantly, and it just skyrocketed into my adult life until it gets to a point where you feel it when it becomes unmanageable. It became unmanageable for me in like a physical way where it made me um kind of go crazy, lost my mind a little bit. But I feel like social media in general too uh has played a huge part in that. If you haven't had an experience like me where you've been in situations where you constantly had to perform in order to get recognized or feel value. Um, if it's not there, then it could be around social media too. But over optimizing my life for sure.
And I think too, there's a part of it with like your whatever your job is where you have to do that sometimes. Like it's not an option.
Mhm.
And we talked about it, I think, on last week's episode, and I was like, don't sign me up to teach 5:30 a.m. classes because showing up to take a class is a lot different than showing up to teach it. Like the teacher always has to be on. You have to put on a performance for clients. If you work a corporate job and you're leading
Mhm.
a meeting, it doesn't matter if you've had a shitty day or you're tired or you're sick or you didn't get sleep,
Yeah.
like, I mean, if you're sick, I'm gonna tell you to take your sick days, but sometimes there are those big moments where, like, you're like, I have to be there. This is my presentation. This is my project. This is whatever it is." And you have to show up and deliver, and so then to, like, have to do that all the time in your personal life too, or to, like, create your own personal, like, brand or online social
Yeah.
presence or whatever, like, that can be really draining when you already have to do it in your day-to-day job, right?
Yeah. Mhm. And I mean, like you said, it could be any job, but for myself specifically, I grew up doing ballet, and then that you're recognized just based upon your ability, but also your appearance as well during that time period when I was dancing. And so, of course, fast forward into like a career, I choose the same exact thing. Like everything's based upon how well you perform as an instructor and also your appearance too. And so I'm like, how do I keep ending up in these situations? It's a comfort for me. So I'm trying to worry less about, like, not worry less about physical appearance, but worry less about, like, if clients are looking at me a certain way, like, oh, she looks different right now, or I don't know.
Yeah.
But
I will say though that, like, I hope my team all feels that, like, I have instructors of different body types and sizes, and, um, I I know it's in something that you're internalizing, it's a feeling you have, so I don't wanna invalidate how you're feeling, but I just want people
yeah,
to know, like, I don't give a shit what you look like, and I know that
yeah,
strength comes in all different shapes and sizes, and
absolutely.
how skinny or fit looking, I'm saying with my air quotes, you might appear to be to others does not equate health or strength. So,
No, not at all. And I feel like not maybe our era right now, but definitely our parents' generation grew up as like skinny equals fit. And I've had members or clients come up to me and approach me about my ask me specifically how much I weigh because they were curious. I'm like, I don't weigh myself. I've had some
Yeah.
issues with food and with like body dysmorphia and like a little period of just some things. And so when I go to the doctor, I turn away. If they don't let me turn away, I just tell them, like, please do not tell me how much I weigh. Because if I
Yeah.
know that number, I know I will go downhill. So
Yeah.
that I keep private. I don't know how much I weigh. Nobody knows how much I weigh. Just the good old Lord does, you know?
Yeah. Well, that's
But,
good. You have to find things that protect your peace and your
oh,
mental
yes.
stability.
Yes. But what real main character energy looks like is what we're trying to pivot towards in our life is saying no without guilt and protecting peace privately. So that's like a little example. Anything you do, Katie? Did you hear Opal? She's tired.
Is she awake or is she snoring?
She's asleep. She's just stretching.
Oh,
Yes.
I also make noises when I stretch sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay, Opal. We're gonna go to bed soon. Um, I mean, I think I've stopped looking at my emails is one way I protect my peace. Like when I'm
Mm,
not on work hours, I silence different apps at different times. And I really decided that like if something happens naturally for me on social media, great. But I'm not going to try to like put out content to try to like gain followers or try to
yeah.
become an influencer, which has a responsibility, not responsibility, but like I mean, it's responsibility if it's like your actual thing you're trying to pursue, like behind it that I don't have time or energy for. So it's like, you know what? I'm just gonna be myself, post when I post, don't post when I don't post. And delegating, I think, has been something really crucial, like
Yeah.
hiring Emma to run social and delegating Pure Barre stuff to you or to other people on the team. And uh, so I think delegation, creating white space for myself of like silencing apps or certain things, no screen time, etc.,
Mhm.
is really what's helped me find that balance. And then just understanding, like, you know what? Maybe being an influencer, again with my air quotes, is not my passion because it's like actually draining for me. And like,
Yeah.
do I want to put myself fully out there? Especially like I am a human that has feelings. Like I'm pretty tough, I think probably compared to a lot of people on the feeling front. But like, especially when it comes to like my kids are on my socials and then like we'll post something and then the crazy people are saying stuff that a lot of it's like, I know troll accounts, like bots that aren't real, which is fine.
Yeah.
But like, I don't want to see that and know that. And especially when it ties to like my kids and my family and stuff. So I'm just like, you know what? I'm going to post organically. When I post, I am who I am. If you like it, come join. If you don't, I'm not going to beg you and I'm
Get
not
out.
going to force it down your throat. So
No.
I am who I am.
She is who she is. Love. Um, and then there's the fear of being boring. I'm happy being boring right now. Usually because I feel like have always been addicted to chaos in my life just because that's kind of where my comfort zone has always been is the in the middle of like just madness is where I tend to thrive and feel like I'm succeeding is when things are chaotic and overwhelming. But I will say moving out here has been the best medicine for it. I know you don't want to hear that, but
Lies.
when I was living in California, I feel like I was all over the place. And part of it too was This was a time period where my husband wasn't around a lot, and so I filled my time with a bunch of work, seeing family, seeing friends. There was never a moment where I was home alone for a whole day.
Yeah.
I made sure I was always doing something, which was healthy, but it was the fear of that boringness of, like, being still and then having to process things going on in my personal life and, like, in my head. But the fact that I've been, like, separated from all that, from, like, friends, family, my like, being actually physical in my workplace to, like, being out here and having to be okay with, like, stillness, with a different pace, and being able to actually, like, romanticize having, um, mornings to myself and having time to myself to be able to grow, to be able to not thrive in chaos and be able to handle chaos a little bit more manageable. So, yeah.
I think that's something I'm still working on. Like, I do enjoy the moments where I know I have like a week home and like, or a
Mhm.
weekend home. I mean, in the month of January, I was gone 3 out of the 4 weekends of the month. And then February, I'm gonna be gone 2 weekends of the month.
Yeah.
I have a work trip I have to sprinkle in somewhere in February. I am
Mhm.
off in March and April of, like, no travel.
Okay.
And then, like, the 2nd to last day of May, I leave for Europe, but I basically have 3 months of, like, nothing scheduled, and, like, that almost gives me but it almost gives me anxiety of, like, I'm going to be here and, like, I don't have something planned.
Yeah.
Granted, the kids are, like, getting much more active in sports, so our weekends are already, like, psychotic, but, um, that's something I need to do better at is just, like, I when it comes to travel, I'm a yes girl. I will say yes to, like,
Yes.
basically any trip. One, like, thing I did put into place last year, I tried to at least, is I don't do more than either one personal trip or one work trip a month.
Right.
I realized this first quarter I have very much fallen off of that
Not
routine,
off
so
to
I
a
need
good
to
start,
no, we need to fix this.
but you're having
Um,
fun.
I'm having fun and, um it'll be good to kind of have a couple months where I don't do any
Yeah.
travel in March and April and most of May just to, like, be home.
I mean, I too. Yes, it's hard. Like right now, I'll be home until the end of February, and that's like, "Well, what am I gonna do?" But we're really good at doing, like, small little day trips.
Yeah.
There's so many places in California you guys can do that with the kids. Maybe,
Yeah.
I don't know, you guys go to Disneyland quite often.
We just go to Disney.
Do that. I don't know, go to Santa Barbara for a day.
A day? Girl, I'm not driving 3 hours. Go somewhere for a day.
Or overnight. Do like a overnighter somewhere. Something
Yeah.
fun, but it doesn't need to require getting on an airplane.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure we'll sprinkle in some Paso trips
Yeah.
in
Oh,
between that, but
absolutely.
yeah.
I love that. Um, yeah, we talked about the fear of being boring. Any additional things you want to add to that? Any wisdom, any wrap up to the subject?
No, I would just say, like, really reflect on, like, what being true to yourself means and, like, how to develop that organically, whether it's in your job or an online social presence or whatever. It don't force it because A,
Mhm.
people can tell when it's forced. B, it's like draining to you. Like even now, like when I do post like what I would consider like influencer type content, whether it's like an outfit try on or something, it's literally just because I just got dressed and I'm like, oh my God, this is actually like really cute. I want to share it. Not that like, okay, every morning I have to wake up and post what I'm wearing and like tag everything and do the whole thing. Like
No.
it's just exhausting. So, you know, if it happens, it happens, and just, like, find your passion avenue and, like, everything else just consider, like, a nice filler when you
Yeah,
have, like, time and mental space.
love that.
Yeah.
Um,
What about you?
I'm thinking of a performance habit I'm letting go of. And it's still, like I said, like looking for, um, I guess like a verbal of like, you're doing well. Cause I feel like I really thrived off of that all throughout my life of like
Mm,
that praise and
yeah,
just like grinding so hard for that praise where just like, I don't know, just being okay with knowing I'm doing a good job. And if I wasn't, you'd let me know. And if I,
fired.
yeah, and if I was doing something good, you'd let me know.
Well,
Not,
I will say I've been told as a manager in the past I'm not great at giving praise. So if I need to give you more praise, let me
no,
know.
actually, it's been really good, um, you being that way because it's forced, I think the first few years I was like tap dancing, trying to like show off like my abilities to you. Like, I can do this, I can do that, I can take on this, I can take on that. But seeing how you operate as a manager and as a business owner and being able to like have that authority, but also delegate and give praise where praise needs to be, but not overdo it to the point where people are going to constantly try to work towards that praise. But when you do provide it, it's well earned and well deserved and well said,
Thank you.
not just saying it to say it, you know?
Yeah, I think that's when praise becomes disingenuous is when you give it all the time
Absolutely.
when it's not necessarily deserved or warranted. And I
Yeah.
think that's something that this is a tangent, but it's something I feel passionately about. With this younger generation of the workforce, they want praise all the time. And it's like,
Mhm.
sometimes you don't deserve it. And if I gave you praise all the time, it matters less when you do receive it because it's not
Yeah.
real and it's not genuine. And I think it is important to acknowledge when people are crushed something or did something well. It's equally as important to tell them when they're not doing something right because that's how you grow and learn and
Mhm.
you actually understand where you're at and like what it's going to take for you to move to the next level. But just to get praise every single day, like I'm not a you're doing amazing, sweetie. I'm never going to tell you that. Like I'm never going to be that kind of manager and I don't think that's frankly a good manager.
No, I appreciate it. It's helped me to
I mean, you're different
kind of
because you're my best
chill
friend, so
out.
I'm gonna be nicer to you than I probably am to other people. But
Um, that's true. But
yeah,
no, I see how you are with other people as well, so
yeah.
you're good. You the best.
One
Well,
thing I need you to make
yeah.
me not do,
What?
this will be my challenge to you. Make me give up control of the schedule. I do love doing it, but I obsess over it too. So
Oh, yeah. The
once I
schedule is
get
hard.
once I get Q, I just want to get Q2 finalized, and then
Yeah, it's
I
a
will pass it
challenge.
off
There you go.
to Jules.
That
Here you go.
yeah. I did it for a while and I will never do it again. It's stressful. It's really stressful having to manage a bunch of people's ever-changing schedules while at the same time trying to appease a large number of members that are expecting these specific people, these specific class times, these specific formats.
Yeah,
So, it's hard.
I do like the Tetris of it sometimes, but well, I actually do really like it. But it also
It's a
is
mind fuck.
overtaking my life right now, so we need to get rid of it.
You know?
So I need you
Yeah.
to hold me accountable, and once I finish Q2, you're gonna make me
She's
give
done.
it away.
You're just too good at it.
I really am.
Oh, man. All right. Well, that is our main topic. And I think what did I watch? Obviously, we gotta talk about
Traders.
Traders. So,
Yeah.
if you didn't watch Traders, the newest episode, this
What are
is
you doing
your
with your life?
yeah, one, what are you doing with your life? Get on it. It's one of the best shows on the television right
It is
now.
the best show on television. I'm gonna say that right now.
Yes. I was even watching the latest episode, and my husband was, like, locked into.
Garrett loves it.
Yeah, it's
We
so
were
good.
watching it, last when we were in Utah 2 weekends ago, and I got, like, Taylor in on it.
Mhm.
My dad kept, like, complaining about watching it, but I think he secretly actually liked it and found it interesting, and Alex pretended like he didn't like it, but I know he did. Like,
They
he
do a
wouldn't.
great job at casting because there's about one, um, cast member that everyone would know.
Yeah.
Like, my husband knew who Ron was. I'm like, "How do you know Ron?" I
I've
had
never known
never
who
heard
that
of
was.
him before Traders, but
Justice for Ron.
justice for Ron. Let's let's start there because they have been coming for Ron for the last 4 episodes, and it's truly because of people's personality. That's all they're basing it upon is
Mhm.
characterizing these people and putting them in boxes. Because he connected with Donna, they're putting him in the box of he's a traitor.
Yeah.
And because of the whole Portia thing, but Portia did that to herself. She
Yeah.
misspoke multiple times saying, "We
Yes.
killed them," or "We traitors got them," or something like that, where it's like,
Yeah.
"What are you doing, girl?" So
Yeah.
she did that to herself. It was not Ron. He just heard it and the only
And repeated it.
and repeated it. The only problem was the only people that heard it were, I think, him and
And
Donna.
Donna. Yeah.
So, and the frustrating part is that the faithfuls don't know that Donna was a secret traitor. So not even the traitors knew Donna was a traitor. So faithfuls are just clinging to, okay, this person acted like Donna, was friends with her, so therefore
Must be a traitor.
must be a traitor. I cannot stand Colton. He has got to go. If Lisa Renna does not kill him off in the next episode, I will riot. Someone in that castle has to know and has to bring up that Colton has a past. And his past is putting a tracker on his ex-girlfriend's car and has a restraining order from her.
Yeah, I will
Like,
say
the guy is psycho.
I did watch his season of The Bachelor. I, to be fair, completely forgot about all of that, like, because I just haven't followed him since. I remember hearing in the news that she got a restraining order after they
Yeah.
broke up, but I never really, like, read too much into it, so I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people in the castle have no idea what's going on.
I was all in on the lore of it all. I
Yeah.
loved them together as a couple and like the iconic jumping the fence scene. I was like, this is true love. But mainly because I think it was so close because they lived in Huntington Beach. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going
Yeah.
to run into them at any point. So I need to be up on my
Here we go.
facts on them. But yes, he put a tracker on his girlfriend's car and that led to a restraining order. And that was after they broke up.
Yeah. Oh,
So
he obviously that was an interesting casting decision knowing the backstory there. I think he's also just highly irritating in the castle, and so I
he's
just
too loud.
he just throws out names, like, he
Just
just creates chaos.
and I love that one, I just love Johnny Weir in general. Love that man. I
Love.
became obsessed with him very early on in his when he made his first Olympic debut. I was like, this is my man.
Yeah.
This
No,
is
he's
my guy.
fantastic.
He is the greatest. But I loved his idea of gathering 8 faithfuls and controlling the round table. I'm like, this is how you win.
Unfortunately, it didn't work, but
Unfortunately, they all turned against him and
folded.
voted. Yeah, they all folded and voted Ron off.
Yeah.
So I'm very excited for the banquet. It's supposed to be a
According to Alan,
crazy
it's
episode.
the best episode they've ever had of Traders, according to Alan.
Yes. I'm I think Lisa Renna is going to come out. She something crazy is going to happen. I think she's going to kill off one of the traitors. I
So,
don't know how because they're the only ones that know
well,
that
they
by
know, yeah.
touching the Ruby or whatever is gonna
Yeah.
kill them. I think she's gonna play Rob and tell Rob, like, "I secretly killed off this person, and, um, just, like, heads up." And she's gonna find a way to say, like, for him to, like, touch it, like, "Do you wanna touch it?" Like, for good luck or something like that. I don't know. Lisa Renna is going to come out. She did a terrible job at defending herself at the round table
Yeah.
and when she was talking one-on-one with Colton. So she needs to redeem herself. The icon that we all know and love, I mean, she's there. I loved
Yeah.
her come back to him just saying like, "I'm more than a housewife." Like I was Lisa Renna before this, before
Yeah.
Housewives, and I'm Lisa fucking Renna now. She is. And
She's an actress.
I
She's
just
a
feel it in
soap
my
star.
bones. She's coming out to
Yeah.
play.
I don't know if it's true or not, but like, or her being Lisa Rinna, but she did, I don't know if it was just like a post or a TikTok or something, or maybe it was an interview that when she sees Rob alone for like the first time after he turned on her at the round table, that she gives him a spanking. And I just really want to see that. I hope it's an actual spanking. That would be exciting.
Love.
It's probably a verbal spanking, but you know.
Yeah. Yeah. I did not think I would say Candace is probably being the best trader.
Yeah.
I
I think Rob's also a really good trader.
Rob is a great trader, but I think he's too far deep thinking he's a faithful.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, he did not really have any other choice than putting Lisa's name down. Sucks, but that would have been a dead giveaway if he would have like been friends with Colton, been friends with Ron, and he voted not for Lisa and voted for one of them. It would have been like a red flag in a sense. Maybe not then, but it'd come back.
Yeah. Can see that.
Yeah. But it's so good.
I probably would have just thrown a vote though at another someone you knew that was a faithful that you like didn't
Like
like, you know what I
Steven.
mean? Yeah. Like just throw out another name and be like, oh, what about this person? Like, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know, maybe that makes you look more suspicious. I don't know.
It does. Then you're just Colton
Yeah,
throwing
throwing names
names
out.
and trying to be a ringleader.
Yeah. He's like highly irritating.
Highly. He's got to go. I saw a preview of his outfit for the banquet. Ugh. No. Only Johnny Weir could, and Johnny Weir would never with that outfit.
No. Leave the
No.
gay fashion to Johnny, okay?
Icon.
He's an icon.
He is. I look forward to after he retired from figure skating, he started announcing for the Olympics for figure skating,
Oh.
and I just love it. And he did a little bit too with the dog show.
I'm
Um, he always came well dressed.
I'm sure. Well, the Olympics are starting next month, so at the end of the
So
month.
excited. Love it.
So
Winter sports are not my favorite. More of a summer gal, but
I
I
like
tune in.
figure
I watch.
skating. I
Yep.
like this snowboard like trick one where they do the half
Yeah,
pipe
that's a
thing.
fun one.
That's about all I watch.
I'm excited that hockey is coming back to
Hockey.
the
Yeah.
Olympics, so that will be a good one.
Yeah, hockey is good.
Yeah, Traitors. Excited for this week's episode. It'll be amazing.
Yeah.
Um, what else was on? Part
So,
2, Salt Lake City
mm,
reunion. Part 3 came out tonight. So
yeah, I'll watch it tomorrow.
I just need footage of the airplane. That's all.
I
That's all we
honestly
need.
find it hard to believe if it was that bad, no one started
Yeah.
videotaping. I know they're all saying they didn't do it because they gave Britney such a hard time for videotaping on the bus. But like if it was really that bad, someone would have video of it.
Also, can we talk about how dramatic Britney is, like, walking off the stage?
I just love it though. It's so ridiculous that
And
it's
yeah, and I think I said too, like, out loud watching it. I'm like, and this is why she's probably gonna come back for another season. And it's because she's just like so diabolical in her own way.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So great.
Meredith and Lisa are driving me crazy. They're just
Driving me
like
insane.
insufferable.
Yeah. There's one scene where Lisa is just like so stoic, but she's blinking. But there's
The
something
blinking.
wrong with one of her eyes. I don't know what it is. It's like
I
during
don't
her
know.
confessionals,
Yeah.
during the first few
One's bigger than the
episodes.
other.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't know. Makeup artist needs to figure out the eyelash situation.
Facial.
Up
Yeah.
to date on Beverly Hills. Did you watch?
I didn't watch the last episode.
Um, yeah. I love Bose. She could
I love those.
never do no wrong. And I love Rachel Zoe. She's
Mm,
fantastic.
she's great. My still hands down favorite is Kathy Hilton. I will never.
Oh, yeah.
Kathy Hilton has my heart forever. I love her so much.
Oh, yeah.
An icon.
Oh, absolutely.
And Jennifer Tilly.
Yes. Love Jennifer Tilly. Um, it was funny because they were in Sedona this last episode and they were doing some sort of hike to this one like energy center that's like one
Wait, I think I watched
out of
half the episode because I remember the beginning of it, but
yeah,
I don't
and
think
the
I
new
finished it.
girl is behind Jennifer Tilly and all of them. She's talking to Erica. She's like, "Is she always this loud? Is she always this talkative?" And Erica in her confessional, she's like, "I don't know if this girl even knows who Jennifer Tilly is." She's like, "Yeah, she's a worldwide like known actress."
Yeah. Doesn't she have an Oscar? I think she does.
Yeah,
Or she
she
was nominated for one at least, I think.
maybe she does. I don't know. After she said that, I'm like, I know I've seen her in movies, but I looked up her um, IMDb or whatever, and
Yeah.
she had quite a few movies.
She's in Liar Liar, which is one of my
Mhm.
favorite movies
Yeah, that's a
ever.
good one.
And she's like the ex-wife that
Yeah,
he's the attorney for.
so good.
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
And then
Love her.
I forgot who she married.
She married one of the creators of The Simpsons,
Yes.
and
Yes, yes,
that's how she
yes.
has all of her money.
Go off, queen.
But no, when she was getting divorced, I think The Simpsons wasn't like as big as it was. So she didn't get a lot of
Yeah.
cash, but she settled for like a percentage of residuals. And that like saved her because not saved her, like, but that's what got her all the money she has now is because that show has become so huge and massive and is
Love
on
that.
television all the time. So it
Yeah.
pays out all the time. So yeah, good for her.
Go off, queen. I mean, I watched all Tell Me Lies. I know you don't watch it, but boy, oh boy, I need to watch episode 5 that came out today. I'm dying
Is
because
this like the first season or is it, are we on
3rd
multiple?
season.
Oh, I don't have time to catch up.
If when you start watching it though, you like watch it back to back to back. It's insane. These children.
Kelsey was watching it on the flight back from Scottsdale. I took a nap.
It's quite raunchy, but yeah, these people, it'd just be so much easier if they just told the truth. Life would be so simple for them.
Then it wouldn't be called Tell Me Lies.
Now there would be no show.
No shit.
But yeah, 2 of the characters just need to go away. Yeah, it's past Opal's bedtime.
It's probably past yours. It's like 11 o'clock.
It is.
Well, let's wrap it.
Let's wrap her up. Well, everybody,
Thanks
that's all
for
she
tuning
wrote.
in.
Thanks for tuning in.
Like, comment, subscribe, tell a friend, tell a neighbor, tell someone you don't like to watch it.
We'll be sending this episode to our dear friend from our emails.
Right? Watch it.
Enjoy.
Enjoy.
Yeah.
Now you know how, if you learned nothing from today's episode, you know how to fraudulently forward an email. So there you go.
You learn something new every day.
You do.
Anywho,
Toodles.
Toodaloo, everybody.